Okay, so this is the notes video for Algebraic Expressions, the level 1 video for this standard. You're going to need this piece of paper and this piece of paper, both found in the notes basket. So once you get those, you can go ahead and push play and we'll continue going. So first we're going to use this piece of paper right here. Okay, and I want you to, it says fold on the dashed lines and cut solid lines, glue this section to your interactive notebook. So you're going to fold this. Actually, let's fold this one first. The 3x on the dotted line. Okay. Then you're going to fold the algebraic expressions word on the dotted line as well. So it's supposed to kind of hold these tabs in. Okay? Because then we're going to get a pair of scissors. And we are going to cut down these lines only to the dotted line. Okay. So what you should have is 4 tabs that can be closed in with that title. Okay? Alright, if you need to rewind or pause to get caught up, go ahead and do that, but I'm going to keep going. Okay, so open this up. Okay, we're going to talk about a few different things. So first I want you to do a giant, you saw 3x plus 4 on the front. We're going to write that in here. 3x plus 4. Make it big, just like it was on the front here. Okay? Alright, so we're going to define some of these words. The first word says coefficient. So coefficient is going to be this number that stands next to a variable. And when a number and a variable are next to each other, it means they're being multiplied. We don't have to put a symbol there. If they're next to each other, we know it's multiplied. So for coefficient, we're going to put a number multiplied by a variable. Okay, so it's always a number standing next to a variable side by side. There's no operation in the middle, but we know it's being multiplied. So then variable comes next. Variable is going to be used by a letter. So it's an unknown represented by a letter. So this is represented as x because we don't know what x is. So 3x means 3 times x, and x is your variable. Variable usually means something can change. So that's where that name's coming from. Coefficient, I like to think of the word co. We usually think of co-worker, co-pilot. That means 2 things. Well, that means that this never stands alone. It's always with something, with the variable. Okay? Alright, operation just means either addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Your operation is just what's being done to these numbers. Okay? And then you have a constant. A constant means it always stays the same, so nothing's being changed to it. So what a constant is a number that stands alone. And in parentheses, I want you to put no variable next door. Okay, so remember here, we've got coefficient is a number that's with a variable. Constant is a number that stands by itself. There's no variable next to it. Okay, so constantly is that number. It's not being changed. coefficient. Co means co-pilot, co-worker. It works with somebody, so it's got to be next to a variable. Okay? Alright, now we've got a couple more things to define down here. Okay, so a term is going to be a combination of constants and or variables separated by an operation. Okay, so what I mean by that is, in this example, one term would be right here. Another term would be right here. So, anytime you have an operation in between, those are individual terms. Okay, so we're going to label those. Term. If this said plus 7y over here, the 7y would be its own term. So anytime you have an operation, the things around it are different terms. Okay? Alright, now we've also got algebraic expression down here. That's kind of what we're talking about. This standard. A mathematical phrase that includes numbers, variables, and operations. And I want you to put in parentheses, no equal sign. Okay, so an expression, there's no equal sign. All it is numbers and letters and operations. As soon as we put an equal sign in there, it turns into an equation. Equal sign, equation, those go together. So this is just an expression. There's no equal sign. Alright? Okay, so now we're going to color code this. Alright, so you're going to color each of these 4 rectangles a different color. Alright? And then you're going to match them by coloring these that exact same color. Okay? So for example, I have an old one I did. So here's what it would look like. Okay, you'd open it up. All 4 of those should be a different color. Alright? Now use that color code. So 3 is orange. 3 was the coefficient, so this box is orange, and then you color this 3 orange. So orange, 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 because those are all the same. Purple X, variables X, X is purple. Okay, blue for your operation, blue for your operation, blue operation. Red constant, red constant, red constant. So it's all color-coded. Alright? Do that first, and then we're going to go over here. So pause your video now and finish that. So in your notebook, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to have this here. Okay, and then this page is going to be right underneath it. So it's going to be our practice for this. So, let's look at this one together. We have 6 plus 2x plus 4x. So, coefficients. So if we can't remember, we're going to go back over here. Look what coefficient means. Coefficient means a number being multiplied by the variable. We'll see which one matched with that. It was the number in front of the variable. So now we're going to go over here. Which one are numbers with variables next to them? We've got 2 and we've got 4. So we're going to list them. 2 and 4. Then variables. Variables are the letters. The only variable we have here is x. So I'm going to list x. Now, like terms is a new one. Like terms means that the term has the same amount of variables, the exact same variable and the same amount of variables. So this had an x, this had an x. So our 2 like terms are 2x and 4x. Okay. Now constants, remember, are numbers that stand alone. So the only number that stands alone without a variable would be 6. Okay. Alright, I want to do the very last one with you. Actually, I'll do, this one right here, the third one. So coefficients are numbers that are next to variables. So we have 3 and we have 2. Variables, we have two different ones. We have m and we have n. So we have m and n. Like terms, okay? So m, there's not another m, so that doesn't have a like term. N, there is another n, so we're going to do 2n and n. And that's actually a negative 2n if you look at the sign. Okay, and then constant, the only constant number by itself is negative 4. So we're going to put negative 4. Okay, I'd like you to fill this in, and then when you're finished, I want you to go check it with Miss Shedd's notebook so you can make sure you have your notes correct in your notebook. Okay, and then as long as you get them all correct, she will give you a ticket. All right, good luck.